Yo, guys, what's up? Guess what? Yeah, Spencer, he isn't here. He's unfortunately having technical difficulties. So his two backup dancers are going to have to take over, me, Skylander, and Underdog. Sadly, he's not here. He gave us his power rankings so we can talk about his power rankings. He gave us them. He writes them on paper, by the way, guys. Very elegant.
I also
Man,
write mine on paper.
really?
Skylander, I think you're the odd one out here.
Really? I do not write mine. I write mine on Google Docs. I just open up Google Docs. Huh.
It's easier for me to do the math on paper because I'm the math guy.
Yeah, he's the math guy. So yeah, did the math last episode? I'm pretty sure. So real quick thoughts on the episode. You want to talk about them?
L.
L episode.
It's my only thought.
Cast. Yeah, I mean,
what other? I think I heard like Prettium say like the last time that there wasn't somebody that went home in an episode was season 12 Exile Island for the Final Four Fire Making Twist, and that was like a cliffhanger. Like, oh, they're about to eliminate somebody. Here we're nowhere even close to eliminating.
Yeah, at
somebody.
least they went to the tribal council, and we knew who was up for elimination.
Yeah.
Right? That's almost like okay, just because like that. I mean, it's a good cliffhanger. Anyway, yeah, this episode, yeah, it's. Russell also probably said it the best. This could go down as the worst episode in Survivor history. Do not. No one's really a big fan of the merge twist. I mean, I'm definitely not. You're not, right?
I'm not. No, I think this is to have half the tribe be safe in addition to 3 people having an idol is just that's not good.
Yeah, and the fact that all this can just be reversed in the next episode.
It's like nothing happened. You could just skip over this episode if Erica makes a different decision.
Yeah, if she doesn't make a different decision, this episode's almost like not even needed for a rewatch. Now, this episode isn't as bad probably if you're rewatching it because you can just skip to the next episode. For us, we have to wait now 2 weeks to just see one more person get eliminated. Like having someone get voted out in an episode is like it's more like just a thing you expect.
It's tradition.
It's tradition. It's
I compare this to like Chris Underwood's win. Like no matter how good of a game he played from the final 6 onward, and I think he played an amazing game from that point on. Like you can't say he's anything but the worst winner because he got voted out and nobody else has done that. And it's the same thing with this episode. Like nobody got voted out, and there's no other episode of Survivor that intentionally does that.
Yeah, and the thing is, Jeff was like, guys. 2-part episode. No, homie, it's a half an episode. I just don't really get what the producers thought of this one. An emerge is one of the most easy things to not mess up. Drop your buffs, you're all merged. It's so easy to do that. Look, I get that they're trying to do new stuff, okay, but like Survivor, if you're gonna listen to the fans for one season, please this season listen to the fans.
Yeah,
I know you've already finished up 42, so I'll be less harsh on you for 42 because you've already finished airing that. But 43. I'm a little harsh, but anyway, should we get to our power rankings?
We should. So you want to start with Spencer's since he's not here? We don't have as much to talk about with him.
So Spencer's number 12 is Ricard, and I'll get out of the way. My number 12 is also Ricard.
Wow, I did not see that coming. Look, where is that coming from?
So first of all, I'm very I'm of the belief that I think Erica's probably gonna smash the hourglass, right? I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically choosing between
immunity
sense. Or not immunity. And
if you don't have immunity, she's going home.
Yeah, and she knows this too. It's not that big of a cliffhanger to leave off the episode. I bet Erica was like, wait, do you want me to wait a bit just to get TV moments? Erica was like, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I have Ricard because if she does smash it, Ricard's up for elimination now. And I feel like a power player like himself or Evie's probably going to be the merge boot if it's one of them. I know that there's cracks within that Luvu. There's like Danny, there's Deshaun there's Nasir, and there's Sydney, but those are probably the tightest out of the Luvus. Nasir's a bit of a wild card, but definitely Danny, Deshaun, and Sydney are pretty tight. And obviously there's 4 of them that have been there those entire 12 days with Evie and Ricard that have not been there those entire 12 days. For them, really, the best move is probably to get rid of one of Evie or Ricard. And in that situation, I just think Ricard probably goes over Evie.
I could see that. I think I see a different scenario playing out at the merge, but I don't have Ricard terribly high. It's not like I think he's going super far from this point in the game, but I definitely don't have him at 12. Who I have at 12 is Erica. I think regardless of whether she makes the optimal move here, I really think she's going to go in like one of the next 3 tribal councils. I see no way of her really progressing too much farther in the game unless some wacky stuff happens, which you never know. Like literally, she drew a rock to set up a challenge. They didn't play rock paper scissors, but according to what the show wants us to believe, they played rock paper scissors
Which
to
you
determine
clearly see
whether
them didn't.
to determine whether or not the two rocked people would get to go to an island. And now she gets this hourglass that she just gets to smash, and she's all of a sudden safe. Like that just is totally RNG. Might be one of, that might be more of a saving grace than like the Final Four fire making challenge. But
Oh, God.
regardless of that, even if she makes the right move and smashes the time thing, I still don't think she's in a great position at all. I think she's getting sniped out. And if she makes it to the end, I really, like Spencer says, Spencer is super low on Erica's final tribal council chances. And I also think, especially given her social standing in the game, there's not too many people that she beats at the end.
I mean, I don't have like Heather like terribly high, but I definitely don't have her 12. Like Erica, like brother, like not definitely has a lot of power in her hands right now. I mean, she can choose if she gets immunity, but I mean, she's obviously going to choose that. She can shake up the game, and you never know what happens because now she's going to go back to with the unimmune and immune people. She can basically do whatever she wants. She just gave a bunch of people immunity who probably really wanted it, so they're probably going to be indebted to her. I don't think she's going to make it to the final three. If she does, she's not winning, but I definitely think that she holds a lot of power right now. So I mean, like I said, I don't have her like too high, but definitely not number 12. So there's that.
All right. Well, Spencer's number 11. What is it?
It is actually Erica. So we just talked about that. So mine, I'll just go to my number 11. My number 11 is Tiffany. I mean, Tiffany's always going to be in like this bottom 5. She's way too like bad at Survivor to win. I don't see it happening. We've even seen like Liana now maybe wants to get rid of Tiffany over Xander, maybe possibly from what we heard from Liana in the last
Hopefully.
episode. And Liana, and it seems like Tiffany for some reason wants to gun after Liana because she didn't tell them about her advantage, even though she did, and she just took too long to tell her about her advantage. What like weird way of thinking about it. Whatever. I do not see any way Tiffany wins. I think she loses to literally anyone. I think Heather beats her. I mean, Erica beats her. I just don't see how Tiffany wins. So yeah.
All right. I also have Tiffany at 11, and I think, especially since we saw Liana targeting her last episode, which is never good, especially Liana, who seems to be decently well insulated into the game and has big move-itis. She probably has the worst case of big move-itis on anybody in this cast.
Oh, yeah.
Which is bad for her, but it's also bad for who she's targeting. And who she's targeting right now is Tiffany, because like, oh, well, Tiffany, I've seen her. She's erratic. She's not that great of a player. She can be a wild card. And now she knows this information about the advantage that I have, and I don't trust her. I think she's going to go run her mouth. So I think Tiffany's in a bad spot. She made it to the merge, and now she's not going to be a physical threat at all. So they might keep her around as just like somebody, oh, well, you can always beat Tiffany in the challenges, but like.
And you can also beat her in the game.
Yeah, so they might drag her to the end as a GOAT, but she's just horribly positioned right now.
Yeah, I mean, you need like Tiffany could be in the best position ever, and it still doesn't matter because she's just not a good Survivor player. Like it's just she's just a bad player of the game Survivor. She's not gonna win. Do you really see her beating anyone? I personally, I don't see her beating anyone.
Yeah, I don't think
even
so.
People like Erica, even people like Heather, because like also just Tiffany's just so standoffish or whatever you want to call it. I don't know like the word for it. Like you just like Liana was like, oh, you want to be around Tiffany or whatever. Like, no, you don't. What are you talking about? I don't know where you guys are at. I mean, you were with her on the island, but I don't know how you can think that Tiffany's a fun person to be around. Liana said that. Oh, a likable person you can be around. That's definitely not what the edit's been showing us. So I don't know. Maybe she's a different person out on the island. She's a teacher, so I wouldn't want her to be my teacher. But maybe she's a different person in person. But yeah, from what we're getting, just doesn't seem like anyone's a really big fan of Tiffany. Tiffany's just not a good game player. So let's just get to number 10 then, right?
Yep, number 10.
So Spencer's number 10 was Tiffany. So again, skipping him. My number 10, it's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Xander. I mean, this poor guy cannot get a break on this show. Every single time something goes good for him, it doesn't. He makes it to the merge. No, he doesn't. He's on the He's on the team where he's the only guy, and he has to do all that stuff. And he's what is his team was like Chantel, Tiffany, Heather, like
Yeah,
beyond
it's
that, like,
horrible.
he was so like, it's like I know, like people are saying, oh, the producers rigged it for Xander. No, but like it's kind of a joke though, like how badly Xander's just getting screwed over by basically every twist. However, he might actually finally get some redemption from the curse because it looks like if Erica breaks the glass, he'll actually be immune and on the merge tribe. That's cool, but I don't know, like it. He has an idol, but Liana like is just so anti Xander for some reason, and it seems like she's most likely probably going to take away his idol at some point. I mean, she said, "Oh, I might take away in his years," but like I don't believe she'd do that. She's very anti Xander. Xander is it's like a series of unfortunate events for Xander, but what can you do?
Yeah, poor kid. I have him a little bit higher than that. I have Heather at number 10.
Okay.
She's like the same thing as Tiffany, except like less entertaining of the character, so not really gets shown as much. So I have no idea where to put Heather. Still, Heather did not get it. Does Heather have 2 confessionals in 6 episodes?
Yeah. Jeff has more confessionals than Heather. Kathy said it on Twitter.
Oh my gosh. 2 confessionals in 6. That's historically bad. That's like Chelsea Townsend level bad.
To be fair, she's probably not that interesting, but like it is.
Well, yeah,
of
course she's not. But like, that's horrible.
Oh yeah, it is an all-time low. She's getting purpled like Rick from South Pacific. You guys don't probably even know who Rick from South Pacific is. I mean,
made it to the finale and still no one knew who he was.
Yeah, final 5. Chelsea. I think Chelsea actually has the worst like episodes
per episode confessional. It's like 0.33.
Yeah. Chelsea just does not have a good KD. Her only confessional I remember was her crying about getting coffee or something. Yeah, like Heather is at an all-time low in Survivor. She seems to be enjoying herself out there, but we also saw that Sydney said, like, I can't stand Heather, like when she was talking to Sean or something like that, but I'd rather go for Erica first. So it also seems like she isn't really in a good position with the Luvu and probably is only around just because of how dominant they were in challenges. So there's that too.
Yep. Again, she's someone that's probably going to get dragged to the end, but that's not enough to really move her up in my.
Or is she just gonna be like a boring like 9th place boot? I could see that honestly with Heather too, a boring boot. And speaking of Heather, I might as well just say it. My number 9 is Heather. So
yeah,
we weren't that far off, were we? So
nope. Also, I forgot to do the
math
placement moving from last week to this week.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear it.
It's pretty similar. Erica's the same at 12. Tiffany and Heather both dropped 1 spot.
Okay. All right. So, we're on number 9s now, right?
Yeah, Spencer's number 9.
His number 9 is Evie.
What? No.
His number 9 is Evie. Look at the Discord. His number 9.
Wow.
Is Evie. Now I'm gonna say I don't have.
I mean, I glanced at it, and he had some wild picks on there.
And I'll be honest,
for no votes having occurred, his power ranking changed a lot.
I don't have Evie high really either. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have her like too high, but definitely not number 9. I mean.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I think
Spencer.
I know where
thank goodness that Spencer isn't here because we are just raking him over the coals right now.
Now, I think like Spencer's in the mindset kind of like how I was with the card where she's probably not in a good position if Erica smashes the hourglass where it's 4-2 Luvu and then Ua. So obviously she's not, and also Danny wants to get rid of a woman too, and I don't think he wants to get rid of Sydney, so that leaves Evie. And if Nasir and Deshaun are with Danny, most likely Sydney will be too. Evie's gonna go home, because like Danny said, straight to Evie's face. I want to get a woman out where there's only 2.
But I don't think Evie's a dumb enough player. Obviously, she said in her press that I hate men, but I don't think she's from what she's shown so far to be a dumb enough player to target Danny just because of that. Like she had the All Ones alliance.
Oh yeah,
but
I
I
don't
feel
think
like
she's
that
gonna
was
target Danny.
more. Yeah, I just don't think she's a dumb enough player to blow up her game like that.
Oh
But
yeah, no, but I feel like Danny wants to get rid of Evie though, because
will he
them.
have the numbers though?
I mean, I feel like him and Deshaun are pretty tight, and they're probably in the same mindset. I think Nasir at this point probably going to lean with them too in that scenario. And we know that Sydney and Deshaun and Danny are kind of like the power trio in that tribe, so they're probably all going to lean like the same way. And Ricard's obviously going to do whatever he can do to survive. So I mean, that kind of leaves Evie where. I mean, obviously, Danny is really gun ho about getting a woman out if he goes to a tribal council. So I mean, we're just gonna have to see. Now again, I don't have Evie number 9. I'm just trying to give Spencer's mindset here is what I think. Speaking of Spencer, I'm just kind of giving like what I think Spencer's thinking. I don't have Evie terribly high though, so yeah, there's that. But who is? Oh wait, did I say my number 9 yet?
Yeah, yours was
Oh yeah,
Heather.
well, I was Heather. So what's your number 9 then?
My number 9 is Ricard. I told you I didn't have him terribly high, but I don't. I mean, him ruining his relationship with Shan definitely hurts.
Oh
But
yeah,
like, since they won't be seen as a power duo, I don't know that he's in a terribly horrible spot to be targeted early on in the merge. Like, I don't. It doesn't seem like they're like, oh, Shan and Ricard are the two people that are outnumbered. We can just easily take them out. It doesn't seem to be the way that people are thinking. So I don't think he's in immediate danger, but I don't really know what position he even is in this
yeah.
merge tribe.
It is very hard. I'll say it was this power ranking was probably the hardest power ranking for me, just because like there was no tribal. We really
Yeah,
don't know
we didn't
like
learn
lines haven't been
anything.
drawn yet, and so and if Erica like my power rankings really dependent on Erica smashing the hourglass, which I really wholeheartedly believe she will
She
do, but if she
has to.
doesn't, it's not. I mean, literally, it's like choose immunity or don't have immunity. Which do
Here's
you
immunity
choose?
or a guaranteed shot to go home.
Choose your approach. Like, bro, it wasn't even a cliffhanger. Like, bro, just give us the tribal
And
council.
Jeff, like the way they edited too, it's like Jeff was like, you could be boring and choose the same thing that's already happened,
Or
or
you
you could
could
make a historic move and change
historic.
the game with like music in the
I
background.
know,
It's like
right?
this is so intense. It's
I
like
know.
they're setting you up to obviously want her to do that, and it would be such a letdown if that
I know,
wouldn't
right?
happen.
It's like Jeff comes up to you like, would you like to change nothing at all and go home? Or would you like to make one of the biggest changes in the game in Survivor
Game
history?
changer.
Beyond Game Changers 2? Or do you want to do nothing and get voted out at the next tribal council and be the merge boot? Your choice. It's like, I'm personally gonna. I mean, no matter who you are, even if you're like, who do you think is the safest person? I'm just. Even if you're like Evie, who might be like really safe, right? You still choose it because, like, first of all, you're gone for 2 days. All right, so much can happen in 2 days on Survivor, and third, it's immunity. Like, how are you not gonna take immunity? I don't get it, but I yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. So yeah, that's it. That's why. All right. So what we're on number 8 now then, right? Or
Yep.
all right.
Number 8 for me is going to be Xander. He moves up
Oof.
3 spots from last week because I'm assuming he's going to be safe for this first vote if Erica makes the optimal move. And
Mm-hmm.
if she does that,
Your boy's
then
safe finally. Let's go.
yeah, he finally catches a break in this game. And then he has the idol and he has time to work himself into the majority without himself being a target. And I think that is going to be good for his game. I don't remember
As long as
what
Leon
you
is there,
said,
though,
you or
looming
Spencer
over.
said for your 8s.
Oh yeah, my 8. I haven't said mine yet. Spencer's 8. Heather. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
And my number 8. Like I said, didn't have her too terribly higher. I have Erica, and really the only reason why she's not like 12 is just because like she really does have like a lot of power in her hands right now. She's probably about to give like what 5 people immunity who desperately really want it. Like Xander wanted it. You know that Chantel wanted it. You know that Heather really wanted that. They're gonna kind of be maybe not indebted to her, but definitely gonna be appreciative of that. And if she smashes the urn, she's guaranteed to not go home next episode, which is more
Yeah.
than I can say for a couple other people. So if there wasn't that, she probably would be 12. But Yeah, she does have a lot of power hands right now, and you never know. This could be a really game-changing decision that could change the course of the trajectory of Erica's game.
Hericas.
I was trying to think. I don't know why Erica's game. So I do think. I mean, you have to admit that she does have a lot of power hands right now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So then, like I said, Spencer's number 8 was Heather. So very self-explanatory. So let's get the sevens. Uh, Spencer's 7 was Xander, probably about the same reasons we had him, kind of low because, just not always going to be in a bad position, but he might actually get relief one time in the game. This time, if Heather, why do I keep saying that? If Erica makes the optimal move, which should be an obvious optimal move, so I'll get to my number 7. I said I didn't have her too high. My number 7, even though I've had her very high previously, my number 7 is Evie. That's right,
Oh,
number 7.
wow.
Yeah,
Both
I've
of
had
you
her. I've had her
outside
in
the
my
top
top
half.
3. I've had her in my top 3 every single episode. I think. Besides this one, like I said, Danny, very gun ho about getting out a woman. Even said it to a woman straight in front of her face. That's how bad he wants to get a woman out of the game. And Evie, and we obviously know that Danny is very close to Sydney, obviously very close to Deshaun. The Nasir connection is a bit more questionable, but they do seem to like be okay with each other. Obviously, they picked Nasir over Erica, but that was an easy decision. I mean, still though, they picked Nasir over her, and so what? That leaves if they're all going to vote with each other, which I think is a likely possibility because I think they're probably going to be the people that have to fight for immunity since Erica's going to make the optimal move, and that leaves Evie as the person who obviously Danny would like to get out because that she's a woman or whatever. So or maybe she's not. I don't know. Don't cancel me, guys. But yeah, so that's kind of my thought process with that one.
All right, you guys are gonna like my number 7. Just kidding, you're gonna hate it. It is Sydney, and
Ooh,
I've had Sydney at my number 7. I think for the last 3 weeks, but it's even more solidified now because I have a theory about who I think is most likely to go home,
bro,
and
you're
I think
bugging.
it's Sydney.
Bro,
And
you're
hear
bugging.
hear me out. So Erica makes her optimal move, right,
Mm-hmm.
to to flip the hourglass,
Okay.
and so now those Nasir, Danny, Deshaun, Sydney, Ricard, and Evie are all now on the table. I think they're going to target Aluvu because they're the tribe of 6 coming in, and Erica's might flip also. So that gives the non-Luvus a 7-5 majority probably. So then you have the targets from Danny, Deshaun, Nasir, and Sydney. Danny and Deshaun are in the driver's seat from that tribe, and they also have connections with Shan and Liana. And then Nasir has the immunity idol. So that leaves Sydney as, in my opinion, the most likely person. Well, maybe not the most likely person to be voted out, but if everybody makes the move I think they will, or that would make the most sense, then Sydney would be voted out.
Bro, you can't be
So
dirty like that. Wait, wait. I thought that um only the people that don't have immunity go to tribal council, but I don't know.
no, everybody goes to tribal council and everyone votes.
Oh, well, luckily that doesn't really change up my power rankings. Actually, now I'm looking at it. Okay, there's that. So, I mean, yeah, I can see that, but this is you have her at 7 just because you have a game theory. Like, I mean, I don't. It's just a theory, a game theory. I don't know. I have Sydney bit higher, obviously. So there's that. Just I just don't really think that she's in too much trouble. I mean, like she didn't really get. Did she get that much
I don't think I
screen
think she got
time?
like one confessional, and it was about the merge back when they were on Luvu.
Hmm. All right, that's interesting. Okay, well, yeah, I don't really got any more. So that do you want to get to
Top
what
6,
top 6,
top
baby?
half.
Woo! All right, so let's look at Spencer's number 6. He has Sydney. Okay, okay.
See, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, well, guess what?
I'm not crazy. I'm
My number
confident.
6, okay, is Mr. Sussboy himself, Deshaun.
No, no.
Yes,
Stop it.
yes, it
Stop the cap.
is. It is. It's Deshaun. What are you gonna do about it? Cry?
Yeah, I am.
Look, man. It's his. We haven't really been getting that much about Deshaun. He's like some crying about a cookout alliance. Like, like okay, and yeah, I think he's probably overconfident right now. He's like this game changer. Oh my god, I don't really think that Survivor Cookout Alliance is gonna do as much as it was led on. I mean, they got like a 5 minute segment about it. So I mean, like a 2 minute segment. So
Well,
there's that.
it all started because like they said for like the third time in the episode, Shan was like, I just really feel a genuine connection with
I know.
Liana because we spent 2 hours together and I cried with her. And now I feel like we're lifelong besties. And
I
like
know.
she said the exact
I'm like,
same
stop
thing
the
like
cap.
3 times in the episode. And then it turned into the Cookout Alliance.
Yeah, so I don't think it's that solid. Honestly, I do not see it going. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, it's like it's all about Chantel being like, I feel a genuine connection to Liana
Stop the cap.
because I climbed a mountain with her because we had
We
to.
are adventurers.
Yes, and then we cried together because
Like sisters.
like sisters. We cried together like real sisters. Yeah, I mean, cancel me, do it. I don't. I just yeah. I know that you're a big Deshaun fan. If you guys haven't seen, um, a couple podcasts ago, Underdog did something a little special for Deshaun when he decided to talk about him.
Yep, clip is up on my channel.
Clip is up on his channel. You guys should go see it. It
That's
has to
like the
do with
only
the Among
content I've
Us.
posted in like 2 months on my
I know
channel.
it's Among Us Deshaun. Yeah. So
Hey, you have the same exact video on your channel, pretty much.
what do you mean? What my video was
This
like?
Deshaun sus Among
Oh
Us.
yeah, Deshaun says Among Us and Erica's sus. Yeah, Erica's anyway. So I mean, I just don't really see Deshaun winning. I think he might get far, but winner, I don't think so. That's why I'm 6 again. Like honestly, this one power ranking is probably my most wrong power ranking because there's just this power ranking is just everywhere. There's like so much gray area, obviously with this episode. So don't take my power rankings too too harshly because I just don't think they're gonna be that right. This is just kind of what I'm seeing right now. So yeah, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is Liana.
Oh,
And
really?
I did glance at Spencer's list, and he has her really high, and I don't know
Leona has so
why.
much power, bro.
Well, does she? The knowledge is power advantage is more like an idle nullifier, which is it can be powerful, but it depends how she uses it, and there's no precedent for this advantage, so I don't really know how well she is going to know how to use it. And also, she got busted by Shan in front of Tiffany, and if
It was
Tiffany is,
Tiffany, bro. It was
I know,
Tiffany.
but anybody knowing, especially someone as
Anybody
like
knows?
chaotic, especially someone as chaotic as Tiffany, out of anybody that you want to know a secret on your tribe, Tiffany is the last person I feel like out of anybody in this merge.
Okay, Bozo.
She is gonna tell everybody she has a loose mouth and loose lips sink ships. Gosh, I butchered that so much. Anyways, sink ships. I don't know. I am
What the
Sean
heck?
Connery. I'm James Bond. Anyways,
What is this podcast? All right. No.
Spencer isn't here to get us back on track. Oh gosh. Okay. Anyways, also she just continues to have big movitis, worse than
True.
anybody else in the cast. Like
Oh yeah, 100%.
they were talking about the merge, and then she just gets a confessional talking about how she wants to get out Xander right now, and she's like
It's always Xander.
Xander's overconfidence. I really want to flip the narrative. It's like she has
I want to
something
flip the narrative
personal.
of this story.
She has something personal against Xander's. Like, what did Xander do? Grow a dick? Like, is that really the worst thing
No, that's
Xander
Evie. That's what
has done
Evie's
to
mad
you?
at. That's what Evie's mad at. No, you're right though. Like, I don't know. She. We're on number 5, right? Yeah, I bamboozled you guys. I actually have Leon at number 5, but yeah, I don't have it up. Like
Who does Spencer
Liana's
have at
just
5?
Nasir. Anyway, so yeah, let me talk
That
about Liana
is
though.
Nasir.
Liana, like, it's just like she has some deep hatred for Xander for some
Yeah,
reason. I
doesn't make
want to just
sense.
like I don't understand why like she has this deep hatred for Xander. And the one time she could have get rid of Xander, she didn't. That's the worst thing about it.
And then she cries on the beach afterwards.
You hate Xander so much, and you get rid of Chad Voce, and now
literal
you're like,
Sigma male Voce.
I want to flip the script of the narrative and vote out Xander, even though I could have easily done that in the third boot of the season, and now I'm crying on the beach because I didn't. Like, bro, stop the cat, please. You could have gotten rid of Xander the man. So I mean, I'm glad he didn't, but like, don't get rid of Voce either. Just get rid of Tiffany anyway. Yeah, I want Xander to outlast Liana so badly. I need that to happen because like she wants to get rid of Xander so badly, and she had the perfect opportunity and she didn't. And I was like, I need Xander out right now. Xander finally gets his idol, and she gets Liana. Out of any person do it, Liana gets the freaking thing that can take away Xander's idol. It's like, oh my, Xander cannot get a break from Liana. She just has something against my man Xan. Like, it's really unfortunate to see it. It's anti-simpery right here.
Yeah, it's fine though. Xander and Lauren O'Connell are doing well. Actually, I don't know. They commented like once on Instagram, so I have no idea.
They're obviously a couple. They commented on each.
They're obviously post. Married because they commented on each other's post.
Yeah, they kind of maybe flirtatious way.
They kind of maybe already had a child. I don't know.
Xander's obviously a walking W though, so there's that. It's just unfortunate to see a Chad, an absolute Sigma male like Xander, just get thrown to the curb because I'm gonna cry honestly.
Yeah.
Here, hold up. I need to add a banner. There we go.
Yes, good banner.
So yeah, I mean, sorry how it is. So what? We're on number 5.
Number 5, numero 5.
Wait, real quick. What do you think about Nasir at number 5 for Spence?
I think it's a good pick. I have Nasir pretty similar to that. So we'll get to him in a minute. But I have Danny at number 5. He moves up one spot. I think him and Liana just flip-flop places from my last power rankings, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so they did. So he moves up one spot because he's made his strategy clear of wanting to get out the men, or no, wanting to keep the men. And I mean, he didn't seem to really take any blowback for that. And
that's why
it seems like people might be on board for that, and obviously he's part of the Cookout Alliance. However much that is really going to help, I have no idea. But yeah.
Yeah. What number? We're on number 4 then, right? Because you just gave me number 5.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna like this one. Spencer's number 4 is Deshaun.
4 is still good. I think that's the highest Spencer has ever had, Deshaun. So I respect it.
Like he's like he's always like the anti Deshaun person, having like Deshaun super low. I mean, I haven't number 6, but like, what are you gonna do about it? Cancel me. So
yeah, I'm gonna cancel you.
Okay, sure. You're right. Hold up.
Oh, he's changing the banner again, isn't he?
Anyway, so I hold the power. I have all the cards. I can do whatever I want anyway. So yeah, I can see Deshaun, like, look, from like number 7 to like 5, 4-ish, they're kind of interchangeable for me. So there's that. Number 4 for me is you just talked about him, is Mr. Danny McRae. I could honestly see him being like your typical merge boot where he gets flipped on for wanting to get rid of the women. And since so many men get voted out, the women are just like, no, women power, and then they vote off Danny because he's a sexist or whatever. You know how it is. There's that.
Danny's not a sexist. Danny is a Sigma male.
Yeah, so I do think there is a possibility that Danny gets flipped on by the woman, because he did tell Evie that he wants to get rid of a woman. So she could maybe get everyone to flip on him, which is unfortunate, but I also just don't really see it happening. So there's that. I feel like Danny's in a pretty good position right now, even if the hourglass does get breaked, because he is on that Luvu 6, which could stay together. But even if they don't, and they were to flip on each other, I don't think Danny's the one that gets flipped on in that situation. So yeah, that's why I have Danny at number 4.
All right. At number 4, I have That is Nasir.
Hey,
Hey,
let's
my
go.
boy. He's very likable. He got another confessional this week where
Let's go.
you have to root for Nasir. If
I know
you're
you
not
have
rooting
to.
for Nasir, like you're like a crime against humanity. Like seriously, how can you not like this guy? He has the idol. He talked to Xander, and like they immediately formed trust. I don't know how much that's really going to last, but I mean, we didn't really see much about him strategically. I had him at 4 last week, so I decided I'm not really going to change that. So that is Nasir at number 4.
Yeah, so let's get to number 3s.
Top 3.
Mr. Spencer Winter pick Danny's at number 3. Again, I think like top 5 is a pretty safe place for Danny basically every single time until he gets voted off. I just think that Danny's probably in a very good position no matter what happens if Erica smashes the hourglass if she doesn't. But I do think there's a possibility that he can get flipped on, like I said. So my number 3, well, speaking of Nasir, my number 3, that is Nasir as well. I mean, this dude, they couldn't properly edit him for the longest time, but now he's finally getting the positive edit that we all want for Nasir. I mean, for like basically almost half the season, they're like giving him bad content, then good content. But now for like the last 3 or 2 episodes, he's getting nothing but just amazing Sigma content. Talking about his daughter and stuff like that. That was cool. Obviously, just comes off as a very like charming, likable person that I think a lot of people are going to get along with. Now we're going to see how Nasir is going to be with the Yasa and rest of Ua because we only have seen him with Luvu. So we're going to see how good he's with the other people. He kind of has that Broccoli Alliance, obviously, with Xander.
The Broccoli Alliance.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a great name.
He has the Broccoli Alliance with Xander. And that looks
also it's Shan, right?
Technically with Shan, but
we didn't see that.
Yeah, we didn't see that though. However, Liana was like, I could take away Nasir's idol, but like we all know she's gonna take away Xander's because she has a deep hatred for Xander.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just Nasir, he's been getting that good content. I don't know if he'll win, but I don't think he goes home in the next episode, and that is more than I can say for a bunch of other people.
Yeah. Also, it's good for Nasir that he got chosen by the group as opposed to Erica, which is like it's not saying that much that he got picked over Erica, but if they picked Erica over him, that would have been really bad for him.
Well, we would have known it was actually rock, paper, scissors if they picked Erica over him.
Yeah, it's true. Or we would have just found out that Nasir is playing an awful game.
Yeah, but also for some reason Danny said paper, scissors, rock, or like scissors,
paper, rock, scissors, rock, paper, whatever. That's not how it is.
Rock,
Danny said
rock,
that way, and so did
scissors.
Jeff. So did Jeff. Jeff said it the wrong way too.
Like I know other countries say like paper, rock, scissors, something, but like
this is America.
This is America.
Oh my gosh, we said it at the same time.
This is America. We say soccer. We say rock, paper, scissors. We say French fries. Okay, we don't say chips. I'm just pissing off every like.
If you have not been pissed off by Skylander at some point today, congratulations.
Okay, so what do we get to number 2s now?
I have to give my number 3.
Oh, you haven't got number 3. All right,
that is Evie. Staying the same. I just don't see why she drops at all. Like
because she's a woman and Danny wants to get rid of women.
I don't think that's enough to merit her a drop because I don't know what numbers Danny has to do that.
I mean, come on, like Danny is Sigma male. I just think that if Luvu stays together, which I think is a possibility, even though we know it.
I don't know. Erica's like, I want to come back in the game playing like a lion, which means she's probably gonna flip. Yeah,
but like it's Erica, so like play the laughing Friends soundtrack thing. So it just I don't really think that Evie's in a good position. I just feel like if Danny can get like some of them in with him and pull in like maybe a Sydney, I think it's real that they could get rid of Evie. Now, any women really they could get rid of. They could get rid of like a Chantel. I do think a power player might go home this merge episode. Usually, somewhat of a big character or power player is the merge boot. Like we saw with Adam, obviously Winners at War being a big character. He was a merge boot. Kelly in 39, very big power player for like the last 2 episodes. And
Adam was not the merge boot in Winners at War.
I mean, sorry, Wendell. I meant Wendell. I don't know why I said Adam.
And Wendell wasn't even edited that much. Like he was.
He was like the villain of the season.
He was a villain, but I don't remember him getting that many confessionals.
I'm pretty sure he actually did. I'll check that later.
Oh.
Anyway, 30. Who was the merge boot in 38?
Shoot.
Something.
Joe.
Joe. So
But Joe
that,
got purple. Well, not
yeah.
exactly purple, but he didn't get a lot of screen
Well,
time that
to be
season.
fair, he also like won every challenge. So
Yeah.
kind of hard. I mean, like 36. Chris Noble like was the merge. Like so, you know
The
what I'm saying?
noble one.
The noble one, the
Living
one
my
who
dream on
on
Ponderosa.
Ponderosa. Yeah, I mean the dude that didn't play the idol, even though he can only play it for one more tribal council. His
That's
rival
just
in the game played an idol, making him safe.
and his
He
rival
didn't have a vote.
his rival in the game yelled out that he was voting for him and he still didn't play his
And
idol.
also didn't have a vote for himself. So obviously, Chris, one of the best game players in the history of Survivor. I
Yep.
mean, yeah. So usually it's not every time. Usually the merge boot is a big character or power player. So I think that's the trend probably going to stay. So I think someone like a Chantel, Evie, someone like Ricard will be going home. This episode, which I'm happy to see if it's Ricard. I'm all game for that. So yeah, I get though, like looking at it, like Evie could be in a good position if she's able to get the women with her, which whatever. But, right.
Yeah.
So number 2 now, right?
Yeah. Did Spencer give his number 2?
His number 2 is Chantel. So
That is also my number 2. I have Shannon at number 2. This is the first time she has not been on number 1 for me
same
since
ever.
the preseason, I think.
No, you had Chantel's your winner pick, didn't you?
I had her as my winner pick for the fantasy draft, and then I moved her down. I had Deshaun at number 1 for the preseason. But I think every time since then, I think I've had Chantel at number 1. So this is the first time she drops down to number 2, and it's a lot of it is because of the argument that she had with Ricard.
Yeah,
where like Ricard now has her extra vote, and she has sort of lost some of that trust with him. And also, she just seems like I'm thinking more and more about it. She seems to be a short-term thinker. Like she's like, oh, Brad has these advantages. I need to get him out right now, even though the advantages aren't even active, and Brad trusts me, but he's a big threat. Oh, JD gave me his advantage. Oh, this is a big move I can make. Oh, I can vote out JD. Oh, well, I voted out JD and he's black, but now I want to make a black alliance, guys. So, like, she's just always changing her mind, and it's worked for her this far. But having that much of a short-term mentality and backstabbing people right and left is gonna have to catch up to her at some point. I would have to think.
Yeah, I mean, we've also seen that like when she doesn't get her way, she can get very fussy about it.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
I simply just don't think keeping Ricard was the best move in that situation. I do think that getting
zero bias.
I'm not even lying when I say that. I genuinely think that Jenny was the right decision to make because, like, what's Jenny gonna do to you? Like
yeah,
like, and we obviously Ricard now was like very. Like was like, well, I don't get it. Like, he said that, like he said, I'll give it to you. So why was he tripping? Like, why was he like all mad about her asking for it? He said that he'd give it to her, and she doesn't even need an extra vote because she has an idol. Like, I get an extra vote's okay, but like you can't use that when there's like 12 people left. It's not like that's more used to like 6 people left. So. Also, yeah, now that you're looking at it, very short-term thinker. Brad literally said, "Hey, here's an advantage. I'm showing you 2 advantages. How
and
cool
I
is
trust
that?
you. You're my number
I trust
one.
you. You're my number one. You show me too much advantages. Sorry, Brad. It's like when girls
He
break up
trusts
with you
me
because
too
you're
much.
too nice. Okay,
Literally,
getting a little personal. Getting a little personal. Sorry, guys. A little personal.
that is great timing, dude.
It's like when your girlfriend breaks up because you're too nice. It's like,
bruh. Beta male moment though. If you're too nice to your girlfriend, you're a beta male.
exactly. You need to slap. Okay, wait. No,
yo. Okay, buddy.
Okay, but like seriously, like Brad like was willing to give her like, hey, I have two, not one, but 2 advantages, and I trust you. Like here they are. Like look at them, hold them. Like and he's like, sorry, got to vote you out. But JD literally had his pants down and his extra vote fell out of his pocket and he didn't tell about it. And he's supposedly number 1. I'll keep JD. Let me keep some of that just to vote him out at the next tribal council.
I actually kept him because his pants were down.
Bruh, she's a pastor. You can't say that. And then obviously we have Ricard acting like super sus, like about the whole
in multiple ways. In multiple
ways. Like super like sus about the whole like like extrovert, like he would not have been acting like that worried, okay, if like he really like trusted her. And obviously he doesn't, so like get rid of him. And just keeping Jenny probably would have been a better move because Jenny's not gonna flip on you because she's Jenny. She's not gonna make a big move against you because she's Jenny. You can beat her in challenges because she's Jenny. I mean, Jenny just keeps sounding better and better to be with, and she's not gonna beat you in the end because she's Jenny. So, but still, like Chantel's in a very good position. She's made good alliances. She has that apparently very strong Liana bond because they went on a rock, and stood up there. It's not just a boulder, guys. It's a
They
rock.
walked together.
They walked together. They held hands.
They
for a second,
trekked together.
if you will. They trekked together. They climbed together. They adventured the islands of Fiji together for probably 3 hours while she's been with Ricard for 12 days. So,
But Ricard's a beta male.
Honestly, Ricard beta male. No, so I mean, I just again like she's second, like still like obviously very 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 high. Okay, but I think that like as the season's gone on, we've definitely seen more and more flaws with Chantel, especially in this last episode.
Yeah.
So we got anything else to say about Chantel?
I don't. So it's our number ones.
Mm-hmm. So Spencer's.
Spencer, buddy.
Let's talk about
Buddy.
Spencer's.
Actually, I just like to point this out. All of our number ones, the other people have outside their top 3.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
crazy. We
Yep.
are all over. You wouldn't think for an episode that had nobody voted out, we'd be this all. Actually, you would think that because we have no definitive answers about anything. But like nothing
Yeah.
changed, and we're so all over the place. It's wild.
Yeah, so let's talk about Spencer's number one. Let's not just brush over like we have other ones. Spencer's number one is
Liana.
the Xander
Spencer.
Stan. Liana.
Spencer, buddy, my God.
Bro, he's not even here to defend himself, bro.
I know. We're just taking a dump on him.
I mean,
But I really don't know how you can think Liana's the best positioned. She just got her advantage ratted out to her, to Tiffany, who has a very loud mouth, and that's horrible. And sure, she's part of this alliance, but she's not the most powerful player in the alliance. So you could make the argument that she loses against everybody in that alliance if it's like a final tribal council type situation, and those people from that alliance make it to the final tribal council. I think she loses against anybody in that alliance, and she's like I've said, she's very big move-itis. Oh, I want to make a big move. I came to this game to make a big move.
make a big move. Vote out Xander.
Anyway, so like, I don't see the logic. And obviously, if you were here, he'd be arguing something that I probably would not agree with.
I mean, I just don't see it. Okay, she, like you said, she just is so sick of big move itis right now. Like she's dying from it. Like we need to find a cure for big move itis. Big move itis affects 1 out of every 5 Survivor players.
Oh my gosh. 9 out of 10 doctors say big move-itis can cause you're getting voted out.
Big move itis.
The 10th doctor is named Tony
voted out.
Vlachos.
Yes. 9 out of 10 doctors, because there's that one doctor. 9 out of 10 doctors recommend using Tylenol to get rid of big move itis. Because
9 out of 10 doctors recommend alliance. 9 out of 10 doctors recommend making alliances to get rid of big move itis.
And the thing is, though, like getting rid of Xander while it's a big move, it's not a smart move either. It's like it's not a smart move. Like getting rid of Voce is not a smart move either. The only reason, like I don't care what people say, right? Tiffany is not the reason why they won those challenges. Okay, if they voted out Tiffany and kept Voce, they would have won all those challenges. But just more easier, probably. I mean,
yeah, it wouldn't have made a difference at all. I think.
It just turned out that Uwa was more of a a train wreck than they were. They just had to get their stuff together. And I mean, we were robbed of seeing Chad Voce on our screens because of it. And again, Liana, super sick of big move itis. Someone admitted her to a hospital. Voce's hospital, if you will. Someone admitted
Voce is the 10th doctor.
Yeah.
Who believes big move itis has no cure, because Voce, if he comes back, he's gonna have big move itis for sure.
I mean, can you blame the guy?
No. He got voted out of the game for literally no reason.
I mean, think of all the big move itis victims like Chelsea from 39, Voce, from this season. kind of Brad from this season too. I mean, all these players that you want to see stay in the game longer. I mean, Chris was kind of a big movitis, but all these players you want to see stay in the game longer, but you never will because big movitis. It killed them. So sad. I mean, we're getting off topic here. Yeah, she has big movitis. That's not good. She wants to flip the script of the game. Don't know what that means. She wants to do all this. She wants to
Xander's
do all
so
that.
overconfident. He's really cocky.
Xander's really cocky, guys. I don't.
That's why she likes him. Well,
okay, no. So, I mean,
next Robin Amber.
Please stop. No. Xander's a walking W. He's with Lauren. Okay.
Yeah.
Walking W. No.
Walking W. That's like the best you could pull
guys.
out of all the Survivor people. That's probably the best you could pull.
Honestly, like Xander's a walking W right now. 21-year-old app developer from like probably California.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, just look at him. This is your typical. We're not even doing power rankings anymore. Okay, but like, this is why you're here though, because we get off topic. That's the fun part about it. You know,
you don't listen to Survivor Spencer's top power rankings for on topic Survivor related stuff. You also don't listen to Survivor Spencer's power rankings for Survivor Spencer. You listen to it for us to.
Yeah,
that's why you're still here.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if Xander can pull Lauren O'Connell, I mean, like he's a walking W. You got to learn from Xander, and I just don't get why Liana like inside the game. I don't get why she's so pressed about him being there. Really, you should use him as a meat shield. Probably, he seems like a perfect meat shield. He has an extra vote. He has an idol, young guy, physically fit. I mean, if that's not the perfect meat shield, I don't know what is. So, I mean, there's that. I just don't see Liana winning. I think she's going to probably do something dumb that gets herself voted out. If she's going to get voted out, I think that's probably the reason why she goes home, because she does something pretty bad. So there's that. My number 2. So let me see. So what you had Liana at 7, right?
I had Liana at 6.
Okay. You had Sydney at 7 then, right?
Yeah.
I have Sydney at 1. I'm assuming you have Deshaun at 1. I had Deshaun at 7. We all had them like so far away. Yeah, my number 1 is Sydney. Like, I'm be honest, right? I can't justify this much just besides the fact that I just simply don't think she's gonna go home. I think she's in a pretty safe position right now. She has that alliance with, I mean, Danny. Most likely in this year, Deshaun. We know Erica doesn't really like Sydney, but it's Erica, guys. Like, come on. And so there's that, and also like no one really seems to be gunning for Sydney besides Erica. Like we got people talking about like who they might want to get rid of at the merge or whatever when we got this episode. No talk about Sydney. Now there's a bad thing with that Sydney most likely is going to be one of the people up for grabs to be eliminated because Erica most likely is going to Back to the Future style change the history or time whatever. And
space-time continuum.
Yeah, Survivor, new twist, time travel.
Imagine if they just debuted time travel on Survivor. That would be one way to get the show's viewership back up.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Go back in time, switch out Liana with Voce, easy W. So, yeah, I mean, I just think that she's in a pretty great position right now. She's a little, candid and cocky, whatever you want to say. I don't care. Yeah,
confident,
Sydney,
candid, sexy individual
who also has a farting problem. So,
it's like that farting has been brought up way more this season. Like Shan brought it up at one of the tribal councils. It's weird.
These people have a weird, obsession, bodily functioning. Anyway, tell me, go ahead, do it. Tell me who number 1 is.
Number 1. I'm not playing a weird video this time. It's Deshaun. Hashtag devious D-Red. Hashtag sus. Hashtag devious licks. Hashtag Survivor 41 winner. Hashtag I am a Deshaun stan. Okay, Deshaun was at my number 2 last time, and so I flopped him with Shan because Shan is a short-term thinker, and Deshaun has now been roped into this alliance with Shan and Liana and Danny.
Sean's a critical thinker, guys. He's a badass and a manipulator.
He is. So like nothing. He only gained position in the game with this merge. He said that his strategy going into the merge was to keep Luvu strong for a couple votes, even though he knows it's
Ooh.
fractured. That's the optimal move for him right now to try to keep Luvu strong. If he self-cannibalizes Luvu, that's destruction for his game, and he knows that's not what he's supposed to do right now. So he only raised his stock. Shan lowered her stock a little bit, so that's why I have him flopped.
I mean, he's number 1. So, I mean,
Yeah.
he's number 1. I mean,
he's probably going to – he or Shan are the only people I've had at number 1 from the preseason until now, and is probably going to stay that way unless
this is
both
the
of them go
first
home.
time that he's been your number 1 since the preseason, right?
So, yeah, but he's been like my top 3, I think, every week.
I think you're a bit biased because of the sussiness, but whatever. I mean, yeah, I think that Deshaun's a pretty good player, but he really seems like in on this like cookout thing or whatever they got going on, which I personally
Where did the name Cookout
see.
Alliance even come from? I don't think
It
they
was
said it on the show.
Big Brother. The Big Brother had a thing called the Cookout Alliance. But,
Oh, I don't, Big Brother, worst show on television. So
I know. I know people in my life, sadly, who I'm just kidding, who watched Big Brother. It was a really big deal. So there's that's why it's called that. He seems like very like him and Danny are the ones that like seem like the most like in on this, which I just personally do not.
I feel like
him
and Danny are like getting roped into this, and this was more like Shan and Liana's idea because like they were the ones that were like crying and holding hands on the trek, and then like Danny and Deshaun are like the power duo of Luvu, and they're like, "Hey, you guys are black. Come join our alliance."
Oh my god, we're gonna get canceled. No, we're getting canceled.
All of my 37 subscribers are gonna unsubscribe.
I have 10,000 subscribers, please. So I mean, I just no matter what, like everything aside, I just don't see this alliance going anywhere. I think this is more of like you just said, like Liana and Chantel, and they're like Danny and Deshaun happen to be walking with them, and they're just kind of like, hey, let's do this or whatever. It's kind of like when women like say, hey, let's do a women alliance, and it never comes to fruition, like ever.
Like 3 times it's actually worked. But we've never really seen an alliance on racial lines. Like even in Cook Islands, I don't think there was really alliance on racial lines other than just like the original tribes. And same in Fiji, like I guess there was like Dreams and Cassandra and Earl were the final 3, but like they didn't work together.
Allegedly, Earl really wanted an all-black final 3. Allegedly, Earl was really trying to have that happen. Don't know for sure, allegedly, but yeah, we've never really seen like this. So, I mean, I would prefer it not to happen just because I don't want politics against Survivor, obviously.
Well, it's not so much of politics. It's just like I don't know why we need to segregate the show, but
exactly.
I don't know. I don't really know how to
say without getting canceled. Welcome to the club. Yeah, I mean, but like I've said multiple times, I don't think this alliance is going to go anywhere. I think they're probably going to become 2 factions of alliance with Danny and Deshaun and like Liana and Chantel. I think it's more of just 2 duos kind of than this big 4 people alliance. I think it's just 2 duos. I don't really think they're going to do that much outside this episode, but I could be wrong. We'll see what happens. Abraham was robbed from being a part of the.
So was JD, man.
Oh yeah, JD. I mean, who? Yeah, I mean,
JD was just robbed in general.
Yeah, JD, the biggest. I think he. I'm pretty sure had the most confessionals. Maybe he didn't. He might have.
Episode 1, I think he had the most confessionals, but it dropped off after that.
He did kind of have another spike in like episode 3, then his boot episode kind of low. But yeah, I mean, again, like who was our number ones?
You
Spencer's number 1.
Spencer was Liana. You had Sydney. I had Deshaun. So I think we talked about everybody.
So we have to give our bold predictions or whatever.
No, we have to give the math.
Oh yeah, the math. Tell us the math.
The math. Okay. 12th place. This is, in case you're new here, I do the cumulative ranking of all 3 of our lists at the end, and I make one cumulative list for the order that we had everybody in. So in last place, we have Ricard. I'm sure you're excited about that, Skylander. In 11th place,
I'm so sad that Ricard is number 12.
You got called out last week. One of the comments was like, "Oh, why does Skylander hate Ricard?" Anyways,
look, it's a mindset, okay?
It's a
Okay,
grind set.
it's a grind set, okay? I'm
Sigma
woke,
male
okay?
grind set.
Sigma grind set, okay? It's about drive, it's about power, you know what I'm saying? And if you guys knew it was about drive and it's about power, maybe you guys would agree with me. I don't know.
Tiffany is 11th place on our lists.
Okay.
Erica is 10th.
Okay.
Heather is 9th. Xander is 8th. Evie is 7th. I did not see that coming. That is a giant
I
drop
saw it
for her.
coming.
Sydney is at 6th.
Ooh,
There is a
that one.
three-way tie for
What?
3rd place. 3 different people had an average of 4 points.
So wait, 3 tie for what place?
3rd place. 5th through 3rd place.
Okay.
Liana, Danny, and Nasir. And then Deshaun at 2nd and
No.
Shan at the number 1 spot.
Why do you have to get away with freaking Deshaun getting Kai, but I have to have Sydney be like number 6 or whatever?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, because
Stupid
me and
mindset.
Spencer actually understand Sydney's position in the game. We have her middle of the pack, and you have her number 1.
Bro, you probably like Ricard. Shut up. Like I'm you
Bro,
like
bro.
Ricard.
Wow.
I know it's a grind set, not liking Ricard, guys. You know, I'm working at it every day. You know, wake up, sauna, okay, run the treadmill, okay, like every day, okay, just working, okay. I'm making moves, all right. My condo's
Sauna isn't really working. You're just lying there in the heat getting
my
tan.
condo's $48,000 a month. You know, I have the Lamborghini, all because I don't like Ricard, okay. It's the mindset. It's the grind set. I'm like Gary V or whatever his name is. Okay, like you got to listen to me if you want to. Invest. Okay, invest. Okay, take the money you're going to use for ice cream and invest it in the stock market. Okay.
Invested into Bitcoin.
yeah. Take all the money you're going to use for ice cream, McDonald's, all that useful stuff. Put it into Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the future. Cryptocurrency is the future, guys. Because Russell Hans said so.
Russell Hans, his tweets just like, oh, Bitcoin, 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 oh.
Bitcoin, yeah. If you want to have a good time, go look at Russell Hans's Twitter.
If you want to also look at the worst grammar in existence, look at Russell Hans's Twitter.
I know.
Okay, we should probably wrap this up. I don't know how we managed to make this an hour long with just the two of us and then Spencer's rankings, but we did. Congratulations. How do we even wrap this up? Spencer's the one that usually does it. Okay.
I got
72% of you guys are not subscribed. If it's easy and it's free, change that. Let's do this. If you guys keep clicking, I will keep making. And
if you guys keep clicking, I'll keep okay. No, so Underdog, do you have anything going on your channel right now?
I would like to say yes, but it just depends on when I get around to just like sitting down and be like, okay, I'm gonna post a video.
Do you want to have any sneaky peekies? Tell us any sneaky peekies of ideas that you might be having?
Xander's girlfriend is going to be featured on my channel.
Boom. And also, he finally uploaded, guys. Go check it out. Very funny, haha. Video.
It's a clip from last week's power ranking. So if you didn't watch those, go watch those.
Mm-hmm. My channel, I'll be having a Halloween type video for Skylanders.
Ooh, spooky.
Out on the 31st. Because we're just spooky like that. And then normal videos come back. I haven't been able to upload as much, guys, but give me the 10K, okay? I know I've said a lot of non-PC stuff, okay, but like this episode, okay.
It's gonna be tough for you.
This is what happens, okay, when Spencer isn't moderating, okay? It's not my fault. It's Spencer's fault. Blame
Spencer is gonna be he's gonna be horrified when he hears what happened.
Yeah, but if you respect my opinion, I'll respect yours. Tell us your power rankings in the comments below. And yeah, see you guys later.